Mm-hmm. I will message people.
Okay.
Do your intro.
Oh. Yes. All right. Not sure if anybody's here, but hi everybody. Welcome back. I think we had a pretty good time reading My Immortal when last we streamed, but this time we're going into something completely blind. I know pretty much nothing about this fanfic other than it has a T rating on the site it was published on, and that it's the longest fanfiction ever, although I think there's a longer fanfic that's come out since. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's now a Kantai collection fanfiction that's longer.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
I didn't do a link.
I think you have to do the HTTPS or whatever.
Okay.
Even Richard's here with us today.
Mm-hmm.
Probably helps that we don't know if this is quite as much a travesty as My Immortal was. So Richard's here to see how bad it's gonna be. Or it could be good. We don't know. Like I said, I know nothing. Hey, Raptor!
Hey.
Okay, Adam, you are next to the mouse, so I'm gonna put you on scrolling duty.
Okay. I'm just trying to get this link to work.
Okay. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's your right? Your username is Larasco.
No, it's Liberate.
That's fine. That?
Yeah. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get started then.
Cool.
Do you want to read the author's notes like before, or?
Sure.
Okay.
I can do that. Chapter 1. Start of Disc 1. New game. Before anyone says anything bad about OCs, the story only contains a single OC through the whole fic. Don't think this OC came out of nowhere, because there is a prequel to this fic, so my OC and Lucario could be developed, if you want to read it. However, the most important aspects of the two will be briefly shown in here to give you an idea. Also, it would make much more sense if you read The Bond of Aura, so you don't get a wrong impression of this OC, Chris. I've taken precautions about the Gary Sues and Mary Sues. Well, with that, the first of my series begins now with this story. I hope you all enjoy this long story about the struggle of a prolonged fight against the Subspace army. Basically, this is an if version of what would have happened if the Smashers never defeated Taboo the second time they fought him. I encourage all Brawl fanatics to read on, enjoy, and review. Disclaimer, Aura Channeler Chris doesn't own anything in the story and future chapters. He only owns his OC.
I'm confused. Who's Taboo?
Taboo was like the final boss of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, like the story mode, the Subspace Emissary, which is where, the Subspace thing comes from.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Like, I know next to nothing about Smash Bros.
Yeah, he's basically like this, he's basically like Dr. Manhattan with like stained glass butterfly wings made of light.
And presumably no dick.
Yeah.
Gotta stay family friendly.
Okay.
Chapter 1. Start of Disc 1. New game. Subspace. Deep inside the Great Maze. It had been a long battle for survival, but he managed to stop the imbeciles from defeating him for real. Taboo, though, had been weakened during the battle. As he floated along in the void of the subspace, surrounded by darkness and swirling purple and blue colors, he reflected on the disastrous end of the battle. Master Hand had shown up right before Taboo could terminate the big group of Smashers. As a last-ditch attempt, the omnipotent Hand used his space-bending powers to recall each one of the Smashers to their worlds, back into the past before they participated in the Brawl tourney and the war against the Subspace army. He then called Crazy Hand, and both of them escaped from Taboo's clutches, effectively putting an end to the conflict for the time being. Unfortunately, not everything was right. Master Hand couldn't manage to save certain Smashers. Roy, Pichu, and Mewtwo had been killed by Taboo in the ensuing battle. Furthermore, Rob seemingly betrayed them all by siding back with Taboo. It became a huge disaster once Mr. Game & Watch had been caught once more.
Raptor. Bro, what if Taboo is Dr. Manhattan? But hey, that's just a theory.
A game theory!
Oh my God.
There was more. An unlucky Smasher was captured as well in his trophy-fied state. Master Hand didn't manage to save that one smasher, much to his chagrin. Chagrin? How do you say that?
Chagrin.
Chagrin. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Taboo kept him as a prize, but he would use his unrequited help very soon. Taboo grunted. It felt like an empty victory against the Smash Force, but he could at least relax and recover his power. As he pondered about what to do, do you need to open the window back up?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, we can still see chat. It's okay. Wait, what?
Oh. Okay, I see what we gotta do. We just gotta do. Just gotta do.
But Adam, you're covering the chat
I know.
box.
Hold on, and then I do this. Doop.
Oh, okay.
There.
All right. It felt like an empty victory against the Smash Force, but he could at least relax and recover his power. As he pondered about what to do, a figure rolled into view over the cracked black floor of purple outlines. It was Rob, or rather, the ancient minister wearing his clothes. What?
So another thing about Super Smash Brothers, like the Subspace Emissary, like throughout most of the story, like, you know, one of the people working with Taboo is like the ancient minister, and it's like kind of like in this kind of like a robe and stuff, like you don't really see his face or anything like that. And at some point, when the ancient minister turns against Taboo to help the rest of the Smash characters, like he shoots a laser at so I can't remember. It's been a while, so I can't remember if it's at Taboo or Crazy Hand or something. And like something happens where like a laser hits and like his clothes burn up and it's Rob underneath.
Okay. The robot was alone with the biggest threat the universe faced, but there was complete and absolute trust between the two of them. The ancient minister looked up at his boss. Lord Taboo, he began, what is your next course of action? Taboo remained silent for a few minutes until he spoke. Do you want to take this one? Or?
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
That's fine.
My next course of action is to immobilize the army beyond this realm.
He said.
We managed to seize the land down below, even though I was weakened in this big battle.
The minister looked down. It's going to take you a lot of time before your powers are back, right? He asked.
Sadly, that is the case.
Taboo said, nodding, his body glitching a bit.
But until then, no one can reach us. It is dangerous for anybody to enter this place knowing that I rule it. I will muster up my power to create an ideal place for our base of operations. You, however, will be in charge of the outside world.
The minister looked up and nodded. Yes, I will gladly reassume control over the facility, he said. Just give the word and we shall move out.
I had my eyes on the other worlds.
Taboo said.
The worlds that those accursed smashers came from.
The accused.
Shit. I wish to conquer them all before they even have a chance to reunite and assemble their force.
He explained.
Once we have gathered enough worlds, we shall move on and conquer the biggest one there is.
Raptor asks, why does Taboo hate the Smash universe?
I don't know. Never said. He just shows up and he's just a dude. He's just a dude. He's just a dude. He's a dude that shows up.
Transformers. Wait, that's just some guy.
Yep. That one's just some guy.
Okay, where did we were here, right?
Conquest the biggest one there is, yes.
What? The minister said. Oh, you mean the rumored real world?
Yes. You catch on very fast.
Taboo said.
It is the real world at the real prize behind the entire war. Those fools do not even know about the real world existing, but they are missing the big picture.
He turned around.
Ancient Minister, begin preparations to invade one of their worlds. The facility is slowly being taken out from the subspace. I want a subspace bomb to be deployed in Ness's world.
The minister nodded and turned around, moving away from his boss. It shall be done, he said as he vanished in the darkness. And so begins my long struggle to work with this person once more, the ancient minister thought to himself. This isn't the time to rebel again. I need to find the right time. The Gathering Saga begins. Real world. Chris's house, living room. March 9, Sunday morning. Behind the scenes of the big war, in another entirely different universe, the real world was safe from getting into a big fight of epic proportions. Excuse me. Life continued its pacific time of peace. Today, however, was a time of rejoicing. A particular teenager with a very big secret hidden inside the walls of his semi-luxurious house entered his home, carrying a bag, holding a game he purchased that very same day. Wouldn't it be funny if it was Smash Brothers? It was the release date of the game Hey!
I read that sentence right as you said that word. Right as you said that, I was like,
It was the release... Oh my god, is this an isekai fic?
I don't know anything about this other than it takes place within the Brawl universe.
It was the release date of the game Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and he was greatly looking forward to playing it, along with a very special person who took residence in his house half a year ago. He had paid the reservation in full as soon as the announcement came to the internet and the general media. Sighing, the teen smiled to himself and looked around his house, trying to find his special guest.
Hello, I'm Chris. I'm a 16-year-old teen. You're getting this so far, right? Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm a 16-year-old. I have short black hair, and you could say that I look Hispanic due to the color of my skin. Truth is, I am Hispanic, and yet I live in the U.S., specifically Los Angeles, California, a house where I rule by my lonesome due to some rather unfortunate decisions I've done in the past.
He got into League of Legends.
Yep.
It ruined his life.
Yep. Well, not exactly alone. I have someone special here who has taken me from my house, taken me out from my horrible curse of solitude. That someone is really, really special because he's not a person you'd expect to find here around the city, or for that matter, in the entire world itself. Okay, I know we're like one chapter in, but already I'm asking, where is this Peter Jackson film adaptation of this? Like, I mean, this fanfiction, to my knowledge, is like pretty famous in like fanfiction stuff, because this for the longest time, like Libby said at the beginning, is it was the longest written fanfiction of all time until that Kantai collection fanfiction took its place. But yeah, I would love to see this. Like, I would love to see this like done. It would be hilarious. It'd be awesome.
I know.
Where was I? Well, so let's talk about me before you decide to hog that person, okay? Firstly, let me tell you this. I'm an honor high school student who managed to keep a balanced life with studying and playing video games. I'm a huge video game fanatic, but I look beyond video games. What? But I look beyond video games. By that, I mean that I care about the love and effort put into every single game I have ever bought. I enjoy the story and the characters besides the gameplay. In fact, I learned so much about the value shown in some games that inspire me to find something good in the real life. As you can tell, I'm a high school student with an everlasting dream to discover what I'm good at.
Hello, Toffee.
Hello. And that's basically it about me. I'm an ordinary high school student living a pretty particular life due to that person I mentioned to you.
The teenager couldn't find the person in his house. Looking around, Chris shouted,
Lucario, I'm home.
On the second floor of the house, a figure entered through the terrace's entrance. His black feet touched the white tiles on the floor. A deep, gruff voice then said, I'm up here, Chris. Hearing the sound of footsteps rushing up, the person saw the teen coming from the stairs, all the while flashing a small smile as he carried with him the game he had bought. If the situation had taken place half a year ago, Chris would have screamed at the sight of a Lucario in his house. Alas, this was not the case anymore.
That special person I mentioned is a Lucario. No, it's not Chris Chan.
No.
That would be hilarious. Lucario in real life. I mean, like, Lucario's not my favorite Pokemon, but, like, if I had a Lucario, I'd be like, fuck it, it's Pokemon, that's awesome.
Yep. The teen and the Pokemon approached each other, and the first looked up at the towering Pokemon, looking down at him with a smile.
What? Lucario's not that tall, though.
Lucario's like 4 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, Lucario's like 4 foot something. Does that mean Chris is, like, really, really small?
Mm-hmm. Where were we? Looking down at him with a smile right here.
And it's beyond special in many ways than one. First things first, you're surely wondering how Lucario like this happened in this world. Well, I have no idea how it happened back then, but at the start of summer vacations during a rainy night, A lightning bolt struck my DS down, and from it Lucario's Pokeball came out. It accidentally opened up, and he appeared, sprawled over the floor because he had a fever. When I saw him the first time, I was at a complete loss of words, and I feared that he would rip me apart. Luckily, doing the right decisions led me to become acquainted with him. Lucario is basically a tall child. Yeah, Lucario is very, very tiny. It was a long struggle for me to get him to like me. He was a very oblivious Pokemon who knew almost nothing about life. Fortunately, this Lucario can use telepathy to talk, but he can actually speak with his mouth just fine. It doesn't mean he knows how to read, though. During many days in the past, I took it upon myself to look after him by teaching Lucario how to live life. While we tried to find a way back to his home, we had lots of fun moments together. I vividly remember his first shower and his first steak. But still, he longed for his dream to reunite with his real trainer. When the day he was debating himself what to do about his issue, I was being stuck in this world. I cried out, and after a while he turned around and he also cried. Without warning, he embraced me and yelled out,
I don't want to leave you like this. You're my real trainer.
And ever since that fateful day, my solitary life changed forever for the better. I was a teen whose parents worked away from home to assist important corporations with revolutionary ideas. I didn't know much about what they do, but they're almost never at home. That made things easier for me to raise the special Lucario as my loyal Pokemon. You see, this Lucario is not normal. He's a 6'7" tall Lucario, and I'm just 5'5".
Okay.
My head only reaches the murderous weapon that was his chest spike.
I vividly recall his first shower. Do I need to call someone? Oh.
I need an adult.
And if I'd known ahead of time, I would have marked this stream as mature. Raptor says, Chris. Okay, Lucario, what does it say? Holds up card that says apple. Lucario. A?
That's fine.
Oh no! Chris said as he accidentally let go.
That was me.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Oh no!
Chris said as he accidentally let go of the bag, slipping down the white couch. Lucario merely stared at the direction the item slipped down into. He bent down a bit and lifted the couch with a single hand. The couch was heavy to carry for two people, but Lucario didn't struggle a single bit. There it is, Lucario said, looking at the bag.
And this Lucario just so happens to have Herculean strength. For reasons unknown, he is surely my world's strongest being. He's surely my world's strongest being there is. Mundane tasks such as cutting down logs with an axe and do some furniture redecoration were easily taken care of with a single hand of his.
Who needs to cut logs in Los Angeles?
Despite having the strength of obliterating my house in a single punch, I don't even know if he can do that much. But you don't want to find. But do you want me to find out? Fat chance. He's an incredibly likable person. He just doesn't have the strength of 1,000 men. He's really got a tough body of steel under a coat of fluffy blue and yellow fur. Yes, I said fluffy. Don't you look weird at me. I remember how a brick fell on top of his head from the third floor's roof of the garden outside, and he just kept staring me while the brick broke apart in the moment it landed on his head. Morbidly enough, we were talking that day, and he didn't stop when said brick fell on him. He just kept talking and rubbed the dust off of his head.
Draconian Toffee says, cutting logs in the middle of a city, as one does.
Yep. That's what one does. One does that.
Looks weird at him anyways.
On top of that, Lucario knows 4 moves. Force Palm, Extreme Speed, Double Team, and the ever so devastating Aura Sphere. Coupled up with his almighty strength, these moves became, what's the word? Broken? Force Palm released a rather small blow, but just you wait until that thing goes off. It looked pretty small, yet its intensity was deadly. A tree would shatter into pieces, and then there was the Aura Sphere. If he wanted, he could make some monstrously big Aura Spheres and charge them into 2 seconds flat. In a world where there are no Pokemon in battles, Lucario had no choice but to enjoy life with me. He never complained, though. We absolutely enjoy every single second of our time together. Oh, did I mention he was a gamer? Fucking hell. I I taught him how to be one.
As you do.
Yeah. And today we were going to waste away our time playing Brawl. That's about it.
Chris sighed and went to pick up the bag. Once stepping out from the couch's shadow, the teen saw the towering Lucario putting the couch back down to the floor. He looked at his trainer. "Did you find it?" Lucario asked.
Does his parents know that their son has an actual Pokemon as his pet friend? I'm guessing not, based off the fact that he said, like, yeah, my parents live far, like, are busy doing stuff, and they don't really come home. Gamer
Lucario. Where were we?
Did you find Lucario asked?
Yes. Chris then took out the item from the bag and placed the game in front of him.
Yep, I got it.
He smiled.
Now we can play it. Oh God, we have to do it now before the show start later.
He said.
I'm too excited to play this with you.
So?
I'm so excited to play this with you.
Lucario nodded and looked to the game. "Since you were this excited." He stared at the game's case. The teen raised an eyebrow once he saw Lucario giving the game's box a hard look.
Lucario?
He said.
Lucario, what's wrong? You're glaring at the box.
"There is something wrong with this game," Lucario said, staring at the box. "It has me on the cover!"
Wrong?
I don't know if this is the right Smash Brothers.
I don't know. My Brawl copy's over there and I don't feel like getting up and looking at it.
Chris asked, confused. "I don't know what it is, but it feels evil."
Were you watching TV during the whole night again? I told you not to do that.
No. Lucario blushed, shaking his head. "But Chris..."
Wait, they're playing Smash? Side eyes.
Through Lucario's eyes, he could see a purple aura coming up from the very box. Lucario was a master of auras. Unlike the normal Lucario stated in the descriptions, the Herculean Pokemon easily tracked down the auras beyond 100 miles. Not that there was any use to this highly developed sixth sense. Lucario only watched from afar how Chris's life developed in high school. However, only the living could exclude auras. Exude. An item exuding a dark aura was not normal. "There is definitely a dark aura on that box," Lucario added, shrugging at the aura trying to reach out for them. Chris looked worried.
Well, I don't really feel anything evil from the box. I believe you, though.
He said.
But how can an insignificant item like this give out a dark aura?
"Perhaps we shouldn't put it into the console," Lucario said. "I don't want to find out what could happen if something were to come out of it." Chris was used to having a supernatural Pokemon accompany him all the time. It was half a year ago that they met, but there wasn't anything else besides Lucario that happened until he brought up the unbelievable fact that a game box had a dark aura.
That dark aura is red, right?
Chris asked. Raptor says, "I guess video games are dimensional doorways?"
Yep, absolutely. Have you never heard of Captain N the Game Master?
Who?
Captain N the Game Master. It was an old show in the 80s. It was like a kid who liked playing Nintendo games, and like he got sucked into like the Nintendo world, and like he went on adventures with Captain Falcon, some random princess they made for the series, and Pit from Kid Icarus.
Nice. If you ask the people that read Sonic.exe, yes. Let's see, where were we? Yes, Lucario said. "I'm trying to pierce through it to find out more about its reason to have such a thing, but I can't find anything."
That's impossible.
Chris muttered.
You're a master of auras, but you can't discern anything from this?
Lucario looked down in shame. "I'm sorry," he said. "Maybe I need to hone my aura skills even more."
No.
Chris said, making Lucario look at him.
You're a master. There just has to be a good reason behind this box giving you that evil aura. You know what? I think we should just go ahead with this and try it ourselves.
He said. Lucario looked a bit dismayed at the proposal.
Maybe you're imagining things. I'm aware of Captain N. Do you know what the N stands for? Nicholas. Also, why did Mega Man sound like a chain smoker in that show?
Wait, he did?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Mega Man was in the series too. Yo, so like all the characters in the series did not look like how they actually look, or at least they don't look how they look like now. Oh god, yeah. Oh god, they looked horrible. Like oh my god. I'll show you. I'll just show you one. I'm not gonna show you all of them. I'll just show you Pit from Captain N. Captain N.
Okay. What? Yeah, that does not look anything like... Well, the wings and toga look alike, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's what Pitt looked like in the series, and he would say Ickis. Like at the end of every sentence, yeah.
That's kind of weird, a kiss.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like he added at the end of the word. It's like Ickis is his own word. And it was like, so it'd be like, I want to go to the store, Ickis. Like that, like all the time.
Oh my god.
And like,
I can only imagine that got old fast.
Yeah, and Mega Man looked even worse. Oh my god. Like at least that somewhat looks like his little sprite in the game, right?
Uh-huh.
But if we go to do Mega Man, like Raptor, like Raptor was saying,
Mother Brain was
Mother Brain was weird.
It was voiced by the same guy who played Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horror. Hey, Mike.
Hey.
What? That looks nothing like Mega Man.
Yeah, I know.
He's green.
Yeah, I know.
What the?
I know.
Toffee says they gave him a Naruto verbal tick. Wow.
Yeah, basically. Okay, just Mother Brain, and then we'll continue on with the thing, because we can use for all, like... That's what Mother Brain looked like in the series. Yeah. Yeah.
I have no words.
Right? It's... Yeah. Anyways,
where were we?
maybe you're just imagining it.
No, I'm not, Lucario said, looking a bit serious. But maybe I'm hallucinating a bit. I mean, this is just a game. So someone decided to write Smash Bros. Fanfic, eh? I would ask why, but I feel it's futile.
Oh, does Mike not know? This was like the longest time. This is the longest written fan fiction of all time. Like, it finally got taken over by like a Kantai collection fan fiction, but this was the longest running fan fiction of all time.
Yeah, and like I said at the start, I know pretty much nothing about this fanfic going in, other than it's very long. So we're doing this completely blind. Chris forced a smile.
Let's go to my room and boot this up,
he said.
I'm so looking forward to play as a Lucario.
Lucario grinned a bit. That makes two of us.
Dibs on the blue one.
What? I don't like the other palettes. They make my species look silly. As the two debating on choosing the right color palettes, the dark aura that the box contained lingered in the air. I mean, Lucario's shiny form is in one of those palettes, isn't it?
No.
It's not?
I'm pretty sure in all of the Smash Brothers games, you cannot play as a shiny Pokemon. Except, technically, you could play as a shiny Pikachu, but only if he has, like, the red thing on. And even then, it just so happens to be a shiny. I don't think they did it on purpose. I'm just going to assume that Chris in the story is Chris Chan.
No. Sadly, no.
I'm not going to do a Chris Chan impression.
Good. Chris's room. Chris's room on the first floor was very clean. I'm here for the Smash Bros. Fanfic I gave the... Hey, Tara!
Tara's here! So you missed out on a little bit, Tara. I don't know if you just joined in. Basically, we just found out that Chris... also, it's Chris, as in your username in games. So this Chris is you. Also, yes, just join.
Yeah, funnily enough, Adam's usual name when he plays video games is Chris.
Yeah. Where was I? Right, so basically what you missed... this takes place in a world where the Smash Brothers characters didn't defeat Taboo at the end of Smash Brothers Brawl. Taboo caused them all to go back in time before the Smash Brothers tournaments ever started.
I thought it was Master Hand that did that.
Well, Taboo is controlling Master Hand.
Okay.
And Rob is working with Taboo again as the Ancient Minister like he did at the beginning. Chris met Lucario like half a year ago, like when like a lightning strike hit his DS and caused a Pokeball to pop out of it, and then Lucario popped out of that, and now they're friends. And Lucario is a gamer now, apparently, because Chris taught him how to like read and how to play video games. And Chris just came home with a copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl and want to play. There's a dark aura around the game. Lucario was like, we shouldn't play this. And Chris is like, stop being a pansy, we're going to fucking play this. And Lucario's like, okay, I guess. So
Raptor says, legend has it that Mega Man was green in Captain N because while the producers were playing the game for research for the forthcoming show, the TV set was maladjusted, causing the colors to appear distorted.
Oh, that's hilarious. Tara, the author really wants to just fuck Lucario, though, don't they? I mean, yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, it's Wheel!
Hey, Will!
I thought I saw my name in the text, but it was we. I mean, to be fair, that's not far off from how we tend to say your name.
Will.
Chris's room on the first floor was very clean. The teen, though, was not the one who cleaned it up. It was his dutiful Lucario who took it upon himself to put game cases away on the lower left corner of the room on a pile of ordered stacks of video games, next to the closed closet. Excuse me. The bed on the upper right corner was neatly made up, facing sideways at the HD TV on the upper left corner of the room. The two house residents entered the room. Lucario sat down on the bed as Chris went over to insert the disc inside his Wii. The Aura Pokemon turned the TV on. I'll be fair to people that made Captain N, their pit looks a bit like the 8-bit pit from the older Kid Icarus games.
Yeah, I agree.
Know what, fair enough.
I would say, I'd
Yeah.
say Pit probably looks the best. Pit, like, looking back at them, like, at those, like, because I remembered Pit looking worse than he actually did. Mega Man looks the worst. Captain Falcon doesn't even look like Captain Falcon. Oh, no, it wasn't Captain Falcon. I'm sorry. It was Simon Belmont. That was who it was. It was Simon Belmont. Because I was like... Because I was about to say, like, he looked more like Indiana Jones, and I was like, wait, hold on, no, because he had a whip. And then I was like, oh, right, it was Simon Belmont. And he doesn't look anything like actual Simon Belmont.
Let's see. Okay. The box stopped radiating the ominous aura. Lucario could tell. But now, the dark aura came from the disc itself. I think that's you. Yeah.
See? Nothing seems evil or something.
Chris said, as he then inserted the disc inside the Wii. The TV came to life with a friendly warning. Grabbing a nearby Wiimote, Chris went to sit next to Lucario. He moved the pointer over its game channel screen. Alright, this author clearly just wants a tall Lucario house-made.
Oh my god. Seriously, nothing is happening.
And then he selected the game screen. Irony was on Lucario's side. As soon as Chris wanted to boot the game, the Wii turned off. Wow, and Chris plays with the Wiimote? What a scrub.
Right? Fucking scrub. You play with GameCube controllers. Those are the best controllers for Smash. ...
Chris remained silent as Lucario looked down at him. I told you before that something isn't right, he said.
Huh? Why isn't the game starting?
Chris said.
You don't really think that the evil aura you saw has something to do with this, right?
Lucario nodded as he said, It must be that dark aura's doing. There surely was some logic behind this that didn't involve the dark aura. Chris rubbed his chin as he pondered on the issue.
Maybe those rumors about the disc being made as a double-layered disc were true. I think I put my Wii in the wrong place where dust gathers the most.
Remember the Super Mario Bros. Super Show? Yes, actually. I remember that my little half-brother and sister used to watch that frequently at one point.
Mario, take one step and then again.
Lucario could see that his trainer didn't want to believe it, so he tried to support the thought. I hope so, Lucario muttered.
Imagine ignoring the Aura Master's opinion on Aura and being surprised when they were just the fucking the Invincible meme. It's like, think, Chris. The Wii turned off. Like, think.
Pikachu shocked. Yes. Remember, kids, if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Let's see, where was I? I hope so, Lucario muttered.
Yeah, that's weird. Let me check it.
Chris approached to the Wii. He approached his right ear to listen to the disc spinning inside.
There's a weird sound coming from within the Wii.
Ooh, sign me up, Tara says. And suddenly, a purple light came from where the disc slot was. Chris looked at it, and Lucario glared at the light.
Hey, what's the big deal here? I never saw a mention of a purple light in the manual.
He was suddenly pulled back by a growling Lucario. The Aura Pokemon put his trainer under his left arm as he showed his fangs at the light.
Lucario, what's wrong?
The dark aura is growing, Lucario said. I don't know what's going to happen, but we better brace ourselves. Chris was so unfamiliar to listening to such an order that he looked frightened. But with the Lucario capable of carrying a couch with a single hand, he felt protected.
Why
The light shone brightly, and a force pushed Chris back. He was being held by the big Lucario, so he avoided being flung away recklessly. Oh, Lucario, there's not just a problem with the Wii, there's a problem
with
Oh God, Tara!
my Wii. Can you look at it for me, please?
Tara! Why? So is Chris actually 5?
I mean, he's supposed to be 16. Oh my. Maybe the LED in the disc slot went bad. Nope, it's clearly dark magics.
Better not tell him about the Red Ring of Death, right? I hope not with what Tara said.
Where was I?
Oh, wait, I think you already said the UGG bit.
Yeah, I said...
True, the FBI is on their way to my location right now. Tara, no!
No!
Are you alright? Lucario asked, looking down at him.
What in the world is happening here?
Chris asked in terror as he saw the light illuminating the whole room.
Please, don't let it explode, because there was...
Ugh, Nani?
I have to say that. Please, don't let it explode, because there were no Wii's in the store!
Can you do a Mario impression?
I mean, I can.
Do it, fucker.
We'll run into Mario at some point. We'll do it then.
Okay.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Would you stop minding those things? Lucario asked enraged. This is very serious. I can't even tell what's going on.
At least I take care of everything here.
Chris said. He was desperately trying to distract himself from the potentially hazardous purple light.
Not like you, mister. I break the Wiimote because I failed to pass the final boss. Really? We're getting into an argument right now, guys?
I know, priorities. Suddenly, purple lights came from the desk and they started to fly in a circle in the middle of the room. Both of them looked shocked at the whole event, happening just in the morning, and in their room. Chris looked horrified, while Lucario growled menacingly at the lights. Not even the dawn's light coming from the window could overcome the bright, ominous lights.
Okay, this is getting pretty insane.
Chris said with a gulp.
First, my Wii goes nuts, then it shines, then it shoots ghosts out? Is this some kind of new application I never heard of before? Fucking hell. This is very serious, what the author thinks of the story. I can't tell what's going on, my reaction to it so far.
Wow, Lucario, just let the light kill Chris. None of us will judge you.
Yeah,
Will says, yeah, we's do that. Kitty belly.
Kitty, stretch a kitty.
Sorry, the cat's right next to us and he just rolled over to show his belly and it's very cute.
Oh, I think he's sleeping.
I think he must be.
Taking a little nappy poo.
Well, not anymore. You woke him up.
No, he's... Oh!
Oh my god!
He's stretched and that happened to pull my hand closer to his head.
Oh my god.
Okay, you can go back to sleep now.
We're getting demands to show the cat.
Okay. I'm sorry, Richard. We'll put you back. Oh, Grumble.
Grumble kitty.
Oh, kitty.
He's like, no, I want to go back.
Okay, you can go back now. You can lay down. It's okay.
You say as you continue to manhandle him.
There. Well, I was trying to put him back. Lay him down. Kitty. Anyway, where were we? Okay, this is getting pretty insane. First, my Wii goes nuts. Yeah, fucking, I said this is some kind of new application never heard of before.
But also a dick.
Yes.
The Aura Pokemon frowned at his trainer's suspicions. I told you, Lucario began as he growled silently at the lights.
Quietly, I think would have been a better word.
Yeah. There was something wrong with it. Surely Lucario could do something useful. Strength was not an option, but perhaps he could manipulate the lights using his aura.
Well, do something about those lights. If my parents ever come back and see these
Abnormalities.
Thank you. Abnormalities. What do you think they'll say?
Chris ordered and asked. A silent growl? So a snarl? Like the facial expression?
Maybe.
That might also be it, yeah. Too bad.
Well, why are you saying that?
Those lights aren't lights. Those are auras.
Okay, good. Now get rid of them.
All the purple lights fired to all the video games of Chris's collection, and it began to glow in a purple aura before fading out. Both of them stared at the games that shone purple from time to time. With the lights having seemingly merged into the stack of games, the intense purple light dimmed down a lot. The two exchanged looks before staring at the collection.
Lovely.
Chris said with a bored look after his room returned back to its normal color with the sun's light shining through the window.
My game surely got corrupted by purple auras from a new game I just bought from a local store. I'm not getting all of them through the internet either.
Lucario groaned with a frown. I told you, something was wrong with that game you got, Lucario pointed out.
And yet, you didn't do a thing. Fucking dude,
Fuck
he
you,
fucking
Chris.
tried to say... He was trying to tell you shit, you fuck. Sorry.
Lucario looked ashamed for some reason. I'm sorry. The teen would feel guilty just seeing the powerful Lucario look down. Chris's eyes looked apologetic while his lips formed a small smile. He rubbed Lucario's head with care, making the aura Pokemon look happy. Unlike other Lucario, this one liked that his trainer groomed him a bit from time to time.
It's okay.
Chris reassured Lucario.
We're going to get to the bottom of this. Maybe you can pull the auras out from the collection.
An evil, corrupted game? I thought Sonic.exe only ran on PC. Where were we? The aura Pokemon looked at the collection and held out his hands. Chris pulled his hand back and saw the big Lucario glowing with an intense blue aura. Much for their dismay, the purple aura that engulfed the games disappeared as soon as Lucario tried to pull them out. No, Lucario muttered. He didn't sense the auras anymore, and then his intense aura faded away. They got away.
The continuing misadventures of Lucario and Chris.
Yeah, I don't like where these guys' relationship is going.
Neither do I.
I really hope I'm not going to have to put on the mature flag for the stream going forward.
I'm telling you, he just wants Lucario. Where were we? We got away. Okay, so we're right then.
Chris looked disappointed as he got up and approached the Wii to examine it.
Oh, great.
He muttered.
It just feels like the time you came to this world. Only now it's far worse and confusing.
Lucario nodded, but then he felt a blue aura emanating from him. Or, no.
From the Wii itself.
From the Wii itself. Sorry, I got mixed up.
It's okay.
Being unfamiliar with this aura, the aura Pokemon narrowed his eyes. Back away from that thing, Lucario said. A new aura surfaced. Aura is starting to not sound like a word anymore. Aura.
Aura. There. What? Now this Wii has an aura?
Chris asked, and Lucario nodded. He looked at the Wii with a bored look.
Good. Good. This machine may as well be corrupted. Heavily corrupted. And my games as well. Lucario, do you know what this means?
Lucario, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me!
So help me, and cut.
Aura, says Lucario.
Aura.
Oh, Roger's asking if he could read something in your Mickey Mouse voice.
Oh God, what's gonna? I don't know. Like, we'll have to. We'll get to a place. We'll get to a place where I think the Mickey voice will come into play. I'm assuming. I don't want to just
Hey,
start
Adam.
reading. Yeah.
I dare you to read Chris's lines in your Mickey Mouse
I
voice.
don't want to do I don't want to do Chris's lines in Mickey's voice.
All right. We have to toss them all in the trash? Lucario asked as he got closer to the video games. I don't want those boxes exploding in midnight if that ever happens. The teen gasped.
You back away from those video games now.
Chris ordered.
I'm not going to get them all one by one. Those are my video games for my entire life as well. They have to be just fine.
You're asking that after we saw those auras merging into your collection? Lucario questioned, crossing his arms below his chest spike. Sensing the Wii's aura shaking, the aura Pokemon gasped. Chris, look out!
So Chris taught Lucario to talk. No, he said that Lucario knew how to talk, like, with his mouth, and also he had telepathy. He just couldn't read. It's gonna take some time to find a funny enough copy pasta anyway. Fair enough. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were saying, like, you wanted me to read as a character Mickey Mouse. I was like, I don't know if we'll run into a person that fits, but we'll try.
Those are my video games. Boy, from what you just saw now, those are now demons.
Yep, exactly.
The aura Pokemon gasped. Chris, look out! Suddenly, the Wii's disc slot was shining again, but instead of purple, it was a yellow light. The teen gasped and backed away from the yellow light, grabbing his chest as if he was getting a heart attack. His dutiful Lucario went over to shield him. Lucario subconsciously liked the fact that he was protecting his dear trainer during these confusing times, but he shook the thought away. Oh no. It was far more important to keep Chris safe.
Sell them all to GameStop and curse dozens of other people. See? I'm telling you.
Dear God, I hope that's not where this is heading.
And get about $5 for the whole collection.
True. Because fucking GameStop.
Yeah.
Chris looked at the light and groaned loudly.
What was it? Okay. Oh, God, it's seriously messed up this time.
He said. Right after, the yellow light vanished. Sell them on Evil Bay.
Evil Bay.
As Chris blinked, confused yet again, Lucario could still see the blue aura engulfing the Wii. The aura is still there, Chris, Lucario said. It'd be best if you don't approach it.
Lucario, hand me the phone.
Grimacing at the weird order, Lucario looked down at him. Why?
I'm calling Nintendo. Give me the phone. Lucario.
Chris, I don't think they know about this, Lucario said, looking away from his trainer's simple yet piercing glare. What are the chances of them knowing about this?
Then let me call a ghost hunter or aura hunter or...
Chris shook his head.
What am I saying? They really don't know about this.
Or Etsy, hipster eBay.
I'm calling Nintendo. Yeah, they just pick up for anyone. Sakurai gave this kid his personal number.
Maybe his dad works for Nintendo?
Lucario, I'm calling Nintendo, Chris. Don't call anyone.
Oh, God. There are no ghost hunters in this world. Or anywhere, Lucario said. Chris gave him an awkward look. You started it, Lucario shot back. His trainer sighed. Despite the warning Lucario had given earlier, the duo approached curiously to the... You could just say curiously approached. You don't say approached to. I'm sorry, that was a little nitpick. I had to get it out of my chat system.
That's fine. Actually, the duo approached curiously towards the Wii would be much better. Because just saying approach curiously to the Wii, it doesn't sound quite right, but towards the Wii means that like approaching close towards it.
I mean, approached implies that you're heading towards it anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, but saying approach curiously, I guess if you just got rid of to the Wii.
The duo curiously approached the Wii. There you go.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, to be fair, this fanfic is, I don't know how old. They've probably grown as a writer since then.
I mean, this fanfiction probably came out when Brawl was like kind of new still, which was years ago. Don't call Dark Magic Nintendo at 6:09 p.m. The answer to OMG gone wrong.
Let's see, where were we? Despite the warning... Oh, wait, no, that's your line.
Yeah. Well, do you think it's time to get a new one?
Chris asked.
It's going to be a real drag getting all that time spent on the games we achieved 100% completion.
That would be for the best, Lucario said. Besides, I do look forward to replaying games with you. Chris smiled.
That's a really nice thought.
He said.
With you around, it's always bound to be an enjoyable experience. Quick, Chris, to the Wii!
Grrr! Lucario growled proudly and nudged his muzzle against Chris's face. The teen chuckled heartily as the Aura Pokemon playfully rubbed the tip of his nose on his black hair.
Keep going.
I think Tara was right. Chris then rubbed the
this is labeled T. There's no way this is actually going to go anywhere.
I mean, fair?
Chris, is that a Wii? I'm calling Nintendo.
Chris then rubbed the Aura Pokemon's chin with affection. The Lucario looked up with eyes closed, growling with pleasure. This is awkward.
Keep going.
Unlike many Lucario, this one completely enjoyed the idea of being groomed as proof of their strong bond. It gave him such a powerful, proud feeling that he cherished a lot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought game saves were stored in Wii SD memory cards, not the discs. Why does he need to replay everything?
I don't... I guess we have to get rid of the Wii itself.
True.
Because there is an internal memory to the Wii as well. I mean, most people use an SD card because, SD cards can get bigger.
Mm-hmm. The two never saw that the Wii shook violently in front of them. In slow motion, the Wii suddenly...
Hold on, we missed one. Is Gamer Lucario a user of Xbox Live Chat?
Maybe. I don't know.
Where were we? Sorry.
We were here.
Okay.
In slow motion, the Wii suddenly shot a faint image over the happy teen. Once a big shadow loomed over them, the two smiling characters looked up just in time to see two heavy figures appropriately crushing them both on the floor. Whatever happiness had taken place before was crushed down along with them.
For the Wii, also this author really needs to stop using the word grooming. It's making it worse.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. For the Wii, it was internal hard drive. It was on the cartridge for DS. Yeah, it was internal hard drive and also SD cards. So.
Let's see. Under the two foreign bodies, Chris's right hand stuck out. its fingers wide open as if trying to reach out for outside support.
Shit, where was I? Where is it? I had a good run.
Chris muttered under the bodies. The bodies were not normal. They weren't normal people, but rather two huge disembodied white gloves. A right glove and a left glove. From the looks of things, the two gloves were pretty much alive and kicking, judging the fact both were groaning in pain. The right glove laid down on top of the left glove, unaware that they had seemingly killed the only two owners of the house they had entered without previous warning. "Where are we, brother?" the left glove asked, under the right glove asked casually, looking around its surroundings. "Hey, guess what? We made it to the real world after all. And here I was thinking we were going to end up somewhere nasty, like a hot sauna with naked men." Okay, gross. We didn't
What?
really need that image.
What?
Someone better pick up the phone.
Someone better pick up the phone. Because I fucking called it! Kara's about to get a visit from another Chris. Maybe he'll even have a seat.
Yes, Tara.
There
We were here.
Yeah.
The right glove on top floated up, looking around the room. The walls had multiple posters of several video game characters that he knew very well. "Oh, good," he said. "It looks like we got into the right place at the right time." The left glove was lying upside down on its back.
we go. Check this out.
He said as he felt rumbling under his body.
This room has a massaging floor.
What? How is Master Hand able to talk? He's a hand. Hands don't have mouths.
I mean, they still
ASL.
laugh.
American Sign Language.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But also remember in the opening, whenever Master Hand shows up, you hear that maniacal laughter. So I mean, it can talk.
Fair enough.
Kitty, he's laying on top of my phone.
Oh no.
I just want to move the phone so that way you don't have a ringing in your ear, Richard.
Master Hand is basically a god. Probably telepathy. I have one hand signed for this story.
Jenny was wondering when we were going to stream, so saying we're streaming now.
The right glove looked down at him. "The floor isn't even shaking," he pointed out, until a loud roar came under his companion. He backed away at the intensity of the roar, seeing that the window behind his wrist shook. What in the... that deep, gruff voice? That too.
Where were we? Sorry, I was messaging Jenny to tell her, give her the link.
Okay.
Where were we? Sounds kind of familiar.
The left glove said, as blue aura shone underneath his body.
But this one sounds a hell deeper.
"Wait a minute," he said. Oh wait, is that still you?"
Wait a minute.
he said as he looked at the blue aura down below.
What the?
An infuriated Lucario stood up to his full height, lifting the big left glove with a flaring right hand. Growling, the Lucario tossed the left glove aside to help his trainer gasp for breath.
Air, oxygen, how much I missed you both.
Chris said in relief as he got up with his Lucario's help. The two parties still stared at each other, falling in silence. "Oh." The right glove stared long at the towering Lucario. "Oh my."
Goodness.
Chris muttered, staring up at the floating glove.
I...
There was no doubt. Chris and Lucario saw before their eyes that none other than Master Hand and Crazy Hand. The two bosses were not even in their minds, thinking other things that took much more importance. The two gloves had come out from Chris's own Wii for sure. There was no other explanation. Then Chris remembered something crucial.
Air and oxygen aren't they the same thing? Actually, no. Air actually has multiple different kinds of things in it. It contains oxygen, also carbon dioxide, sorry. And a bunch of other things. Well, oxygen is just pure oxygen.
Air is mostly nitrogen. Hey, even star stuff. Welcome.
I have a sneaky suspicion that this is Jenny.
It maybe?
I would imagine because it's star stuff and Jenny loves space.
Ooh, okay. Fair enough.
So I imagine. Yay! I was right. What up?
Glad you could make it.
Yes, very glad.
Welcome, even. Hello? Wait. Bitch, I might be.
Bitch, I might be. Sorry, where was I?
we? Then Chris remembered something crucial.
Something crucial. Where?
Right here.
Oh, thank you. Wait a minute. Aren't they supposed to be bad?
He asked and hid behind his Pokemon.
Lucario!
Grrr! Lucario growled furiously as his body caught up with a powerful aura. His eyes even glowed yellow.
That was really adorable, I want you to know.
Shut up. Sorry to interrupt with science. No, we appreciate it.
No, yeah. Science rules. That's it. Science rules.
Let's see, where are we?
You're right here at the very top.
Oh, okay. Master Hand screamed in a high-pitched voice as he saw the Lucario holding out his open palm, creating a rather big aura sphere that violently shook with destructive power. Ah! Master Hand screamed. Calm down. We're not bad, I swear. Master Hand pleaded. But we're in dire need of help. Please, don't let that dog of yours blast us. It was incredibly weird to see someone like a big floating hand begging for mercy. Through his yellow eyes, Lucario's mouth opened a bit as he detected that the two hands' auras were blue instead of red. However, he didn't want to take any chances. The Lucario couldn't read their thoughts as there was some sort of mind lock that prevented him from dwelling in their minds. He could break that lock apart if we put some extra effort, but it was obvious to him that they had no ill intentions. Thus, Lucario's intense aura faded away for a second time, along with the big aura sphere. Seeing this, Chris asked,
Lucario, why did you...
They have blue auras, Lucario interrupted.
Blue auras.
Bill Nye voice from now on.
Crazy Hand calling Little Caesars. Hello, Little Caesars? Yes, I would like 5 orders of normal bread, please.
Master Hand, demigod to the Brawl universe, shrieks like Fay Ray. Intimidating?
I mean, I'm personally bad at science. I failed all my science classes in high school. It's nice to hear from people that know what they're talking about, though.
Science is cool, but I don't understand lots of nitty-gritty stuff. And math, lol.
Fair enough.
Let's see, where were we? Chris trailed off.
Yeah, I said blue auras.
He remembered that Lucario had taught him a bit about auras. Blue auras belong to good people. Red auras belong to bad people. Are we getting into TF2 now?
I take offense to that. Red team is clearly the best team.
Okay, Scout. Therefore, if the gloves had blue auras, it meant they were good people.
They're good, then?
Yes! Master Hand said, making the two look at him. Geez, how lucky we are that there was another Lucario in this world. But he stared at the wary Lucario. How on earth did this one get here? Feeling that situation looked awkward, Chris sighed.
I don't think this is a good place to chat.
He said. He felt unsure around the two gloves inhabiting his house.
This is a very extremely confusing event to me. Oh, this is a very extremely confusing event to me.
Huh, we think alike, Master Hand said, looking at the worried teen. But it looks like it's going to be safe to explain everything to you two. I assume the initial shock of having a big Lucario like the one you have makes things easier for the two of us.
Not really.
Chris admitted.
He at least looks like a person. You two, on the other hand... No, he doesn't.
In what world does a dog look like a person?
You know what? Furries.
Furries. Crazy Hand floated up, startling the teen. That's you.
Other hand? Well, we've got a second brother.
He asked, sounding excited. Master Hand chuckled nervously as the duo stared at them with their weird looks. Before we move, let me tell you this. He's my insane brother, he said. He's technically the only person I can look after to avoid feeling alone, you know? He drives me crazy many times, but we're still brothers. Crazy Hand turned around and looked at them.
Oh, hello,
he said, forcefully shaking Chris's hand with 2 fingers. Lucario's glare stiffened.
Nice to meet my first human from the real world. We're gonna be best friends forever.
His brother slapped his wrist. Stop that, he hissed. We need to make a good first impression.
Whoopsie daisy.
The insane Hand said.
Sorry.
Master Hand looked at them with a frown. Look, just don't get too close to him or else you might experience severe massive damage one way or another, he said. Chris cautiously moved behind Lucario. Let's see. Someone wants a PhD in TF2 science.
Yeah.
That seems needlessly black and white.
No, it's black and white. Sarah says, I wonder what the size of these hands are. When reading the story, I'm getting a mental image of them only like 3 feet long, but should be massive. I agree. That's actually legitimately how big I've been imagining these people, too. Furries, I guess.
A bipedal, 6-foot dog with metal poking out of their hands, feet, and chest. How human.
Residual joke. White Rabbit from the Alice in Wonderland. He's a furry, late for ye old fur con.
Crazy Hand was dunked in chemicals and now has damaged tattoos over his knuckles.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Please tell me Crazy Hand isn't a Joker fan. Crazy Hand lives in a society.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, living room. Let's see, it's 1:30. What do you think? Go for another hour?
Yeah.
And then we can finish eating our lunch?
Yeah.
Living room. The teen never thought that it was going to be possible to have two extremely unlikely guests in his humble abode. If things weren't crazy with Lucario, they were crazier with two disembodied hands floating around in midair. Excuse me. Chris closed the curtains from all the windows just in case an unlucky person with a weak will happened to scream their heads off. Kinda specific. Todd Phillips' Crazy Hand. Then, Chris sat down on the sofa while Lucario remained standing up at his side, as both hands were in front of him. Raptor Rex, please Photoshop that. Isn't Master Hand like the size of a building?
He's pretty big. I wouldn't say he's a building, because, like...
This is a pretty frickin' big apartment, then. Or, not apartment, house.
I'd say... I don't know.
About the size of a car, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Master Hand was admiring how lustrous the living room looked like. On the far left corner, there was a chimney facing some couches and a table, which were standing in front of a big flat screen. On the upper right corner, there was a dining room that faced the kitchen counter further up. Along the walls, several photos and other decorative furniture adorned the light grey walls. "Oh, good," Master Hand said, as his brother sat down on his wrist on the opposite couch that faced the duel. "I'm happy to know we got the one with the nice-looking house."
Thanks?
Chris said.
I do my best to keep this place clean while my parents are away.
"Oh!" The hand nodded his body. How would... Okay. "You're one of those who... I see," he said. That kind of makes things even easier." The teen nodded, interlacing his fingers over his knees.
First off,
Chris began.
my name is Chris, and this is Lucario.
Lucario responded with a silent growl.
He won't kill you.
Chris reassured the hands. Lucario sighed with a small frown. "I forgot to mention my dad is Bill Gates and we live in a mansion." Master Hand's probably like minivan size? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
"I want to write a limerick about how lustrous the living room looked like." Go for it.
Do it. If you write that limerick, I will read it in my Mickey Mouse voice.
"Your parents aren't here? That makes things easier. Is anyone in the story not a predator?"
Right? I do my best to keep this place clean. No, you don't. You said that earlier the car wasn't one that cleaned the house. I thought that exact same thing. I was like, wait a second.
Deal.
Alright.
Okay, where were we?
Okay, nice to meet you.
Lucario sighed with a small... "Okay, nice to meet you," Master Hand said. "I'm Master Hand, and this here is my pretty insane brother, Crazy Hand."
Hello.
Crazy Hand said.
Don't mind if I take this couch as my bed.
Chris grimaced a bit, but he knew things weren't going to stay like this any longer. He saw that both hands stared at him. If it was easy to tell that. Their bodies were facing him, so he had a feeling he was being watched.
I don't know what to ask first.
Chris said. "I used to think life was a puppet show, but now I realize it's a Finger Family show. Crazy Hand 2008.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Come on.
Crazy Hand said.
You have something, don't you?
Chris got something to talk.
I got something. Before you came here, there was this weird event where purple auras came out from my console, and then they entered my video game collection.
He raised an eyebrow.
Do you know anything about that?
Master Puppet cleared his invisible throat before
Master
speaking.
Puppet?
Or, Master Hand cleared his invisible throat before speaking. "Those purple lights were surely the Subspace army spreading their reach. The culprits were invading the Super Smash Bros. Universe," he explained. The two blinked at him. "The disc you got, Chris, happens to harbor a wide-open universe that had its own fair share of issues."
What the?
Chris trailed off.
You mean to say I just so casually picked some kind of corrupted copy at my local store?
He asked.
How does that even make any sense?
This fanfic in a nutshell.
Hello?
Crazy Hand said.
6 foot tall Lucario?
So did their parents / creator name Crazy Hand or what? Because that seems like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let's see, we're right here, I think. Yep.
That?
Chris exchanged glances with Lucario.
I admit, we already went through something of the sort before, but this is just too much.
He said.
What are the chances that the people who manufactured that single copy of the game knew about this?
I don't know about that, Master Hand said, dismaying the teen. But the thing is, things are happening. It was, how you say, destiny working by itself.
Oh, don't give me that.
Chris trailed off until he saw that Lucario was giving him a worried look with his red eyes.
You believe in this kind of destiny? I imagine...
Mike says, nominative determinism at its finest.
So this is going to wind up being a reverse isekai or something? Because that's where I feel this is going. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think I kind of called it at the beginning when I thought it was going to be an isekai.
Mm-hmm.
Or reverse, we'll see.
Mm.
Lucario nodded. Yes, he said. The two of us never found out how I even came here.
I guess you're right.
Chris muttered, recalling the vivid event from half a year ago.
Still, this makes even less sense.
He looked up at the hand.
It's just too much for me to believe that I'm living through this.
Destiny? But that's a PS4 game.
Boo!
Master Hand sighed. Look, Chris, he began. You're going to break a blood vessel if you think too hard about that. You need to concern yourself with the information I want to give the two of you first. He saw the teen shaking his head. I know it's pretty incredible, but it's happening. That's all you need to know about the situation as a basis. Chris grunted a bit.
Okay, I'll listen to your story then.
He agreed.
So you're saying that this Subspace army is trying to...
It's trying to conquer the world, Master Hand said. The duo widened their eyes. The army's main goal is to conquer any world they come across using the subspace bombs. Chris was utterly miffed by that truth.
Okay, that sounded so scarring.
Scaring? Scarring?
It's scarring. Scaring would be two R's.
This feels kind of like a video game plot. It kind of does.
I mean, it's based off of
True.
a video
I
game.
did realize that right as I was saying it, yes.
How lustrous the live. Okay. So this is the limerick. Okay, I haven't read it yet. I'm just gonna blind it.
How lustrous the living room looked, to, like his Lucario eating a Klondike. The hands started nodding, furries all started applauding. How lustrous the living room looked like.
I'm a scientist, not a poet. I still enjoyed it. But how did you two manage to get here? Lucario asked suddenly. For that matter, since Chris and I already spoiled ourselves of the plot of the game. Where are the others? Master Hand chuckled nervously. You see, there was this big fight against Taboo, the leader of the Subspace army, he said. This fight was supposed to be the one that would end with his defeat, yet it never happened. A++, I'm not sure why Klondike was the only rhyme I had.
Shakespeare, is that you? Good job, Jenny. It was good. It was fantastic.
He looked up at the ceiling. Taboo was weakened due to some outside help, but he managed to fight back just fine, which ended with us losing the battle.
Oh, okay. I know. They're being very vague on like who helped them and who he was able to get into like a trophy state. I get it. I know who it is. They're trying to be clever about it, but I know. Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to find out?
I want to find out.
Okay.
I did it all for the
Mickey. Fair enough.
Chris looked away in thought.
You're saying the supposed final battle ended up on a bad note?
He asked, looking sideways at the hands.
And that's how things spiraled out of control.
Excuse me. Sorry, I get burpy when I spend a long time talking. Oh, yes, they did, the sane hand said. You see, I barely managed to escape safely, thanks to Crazy Hand here. Crazy Hand waved his body at them. Using his help, we used... Can you imagine if that's how people wave to each other, not with their hands, but just like wiggling like those guys outside of the car dealerships? Oh no, Kitty, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rich. Go back to sleep. Hey,
Using his help, we used our powers to pull all the people involved in the fight back to their worlds of origin, with the added fact that we manipulated their memories so that they wouldn't remember anything that took place during the entire war plot. Wait, why?
Thank you. I was just about to say that. Why?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Gotta go out on a limb and say our dimension could probably defeat the Subspace army. Nukes and stuff, you know? You know, my mom is a contractor who works with developing nukes from the army. I'm sure she'd agree. Or is it the army or navy? I don't remember which.
I don't know.
Some sort of military branch.
Wacky waving flailing arm 2 man. A wacky waving flailing arm 2 man.
I'm a hand of creation, the hand said. I can't heal people. I can only use my powers to bend reality to my will. So then, I was desperate during that confrontation that I had no choice but to return them all to their worlds. If they went back in time with their memories intact, it would create so many nasty outcomes for their individual stories. Chris looked back at him, bewildered at the statement.
You tossed them all back in time?
He asked. Yeah, the hand trailed off. I did it so that they had time to prepare themselves for the worst at this point in time. Because I'm not that good at time-bending powers, however, I guess I overlooked a few mistakes here and there that might have pulled them all further back in time.
Oh.
Chris muttered in a low tone.
15 out of 10 draconian. I was too lazy to type that.
You saw those lights going to your games, right? Well, they were going after them, the hand explained. Taboo still had some reserves, and he's using them to put an end to them. So, Crazy Hand and I fled away, and then I remembered that this world existed beyond our realms. He shook himself. I don't want to go recruit people and drag them into this mess, because the army is also hunting the two of us down. Ah, shit, not enough disk space to continue recording.
Yes, it's not recording anymore.
Shoot.
Well, you'll have to download it from your Twitch, then.
True. The teen put two and two together and gasped.
Wait, there's a whole army coming into my house?
Chris asked. Sensing aural waves of desperation, Lucario bared his fangs. No, 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 the hand reassured them. They can't easily barge into this dimension. They need to gather enough space to power up Taboo so that he can invade this place. Luckily, he's very weak at the moment. Chris grabbed his chest as he calmed himself down. Whew. He sighed as Lucario calmed down as well.
Sorry for the outburst.
I expected that, the hand said. So anyway, that's not the end of the story. There's more, Lucario asked. There were other small accidents as we fled, Master Hand said. There were casualties.
Casualties?
Chris wondered.
You don't mean people got killed or something, right?
Well, the hand trailed off. Roy, Pichu, and Mewtwo gave their lives in the battle.
This is, I guess this is how they're explaining why they're not in Brawl as opposed to how, like when they were in Melee.
Maybe. Ugh, the two responded with hoarse breaths. I think that's an exclamation. Yeah, that's an exclamation mark. The two responded with hoarse breaths. Lucario blinked in shock while Chris covered his mouth. It was a very shocking scene, to be sure, the hand muttered.
Damn rip Pichu. No, Pichu, the greatest Smash character. not on a lease.
Mewtwo fought with all his might until Taboo pierced him through with a spear.
Press F for a fallen Pokemon.
F. Roy yelled and tried to help him, but then Taboo sliced his body and left a very mentally scarring wound that ran across his body. And just to clarify how evil he was, he spotted Pichu shivering in a corner and promptly blasted him away with the laser.
Oh my god.
Jesus!
Oh my god.
Chris muttered as he shook with fear.
This is unbelievable.
He muttered. To make a point, Mewtwo did a lot of help, Master Hand said. He's a legendary Pokemon of sorts. Bitch, he is a legendary Pokemon! Technically, right?
He is. He's a legendary Pokemon.
But Taboo went all out and overwhelmed him. God help us if this guy ever plays Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We'll get a 29,000-page fanfiction sequel.
Yes. Oh god. I still haven't beaten the story mode of Ultimate just because, like, it's so long and tedious. Sorry, go on.
Hang on, I'm trying to... Lucario looked away. Wait, no, I think we were right here. No, okay.
You're right.
Lucario looked away. I wish I could have met Mewtwo, he said. But it never crossed my mind that... Wait. Roy, Pichu, and Mewtwo. He looked back at the hand. Those are melee characters that didn't make it to Brawl. How do they The hand interrupted. I forgot you guys think that our dad canned those three. Well, I took it upon myself to keep them around for the Brawl era, he explained. Besides, there's a whole new world out there for the tourneys I have organized a decade ago. You guys know about it for sure, right? The first Smash Bros. Tourney, the Melee Tourney, and the cancelled Brawl Tourney. If I were to end a contract with one of the Smashers, that's how I like to call the participants, mind you. The ratings I get would take a long fall down. Okay, so since you read something in your Mickey voice... Uh-oh.
Hold on, it says, isn't Mewtwo canonically the most powerful Pokemon, or did they retcon that out of the movie? It was a while ago. I don't think he is the most powerful Pokemon. I just think he considers himself to be the most powerful Pokemon. I would consider Arceus, the god of Pokemon, to be more powerful than Mewtwo. That's just me, though.
Adam, you're forgetting Bidoof.
Get out.
Okay.
Get out of my house.
Okay.
No, come back. Okay, so since you read something in your Mickey voice, according... I gotta read this one.
According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible.
The most powerful Pokemon is Meowth because he can say more words than most Pokemon, including the... No. No.
Bee's gonna be.
Yep. Let's see, where were we?
Yeah, you fucks.
Okay,
No.
there we are. It sure felt like the serious conversation had turned into some kind of advertisement.
Fuck, where were we? Sorry.
Right here.
What?
Chris asked.
What do you mean by tourneys? What kind of barbaric name is Smashers? You have a show?
And, more importantly, Lucario began, you have a father? Let me answer every single one of those questions, the hand said. Yes, I'm the boss that runs all those tourneys I mentioned, pitting the universe's greatest personalities to pit them against each other for a fight for supremacy. Smashers doesn't sound that barbaric to me. I make a living using those tourneys to gain me some hard-earned money. He took out a photo... Where? Did he just take the photo out of himself?
It's like a magic trick.
I guess. He took out a photo and handed it to them. Where he took out that photo was a fine topic of wild basket. Thank you! And this is our dad. He looks pretty cool, don't you think? Look at that young face of his.
Please tell me it's Sakurai. Please tell me it's Sakurai. Please
What
tell me
does
it's
Master
Sakurai.
Hand do with money? He's a hand. Don't think too hard about where the photo was stored. Personally, I root more for Mewtwo than Arceus, but I can see why you think that.
Arceus.
Arceus,
It's
sorry.
pronounced Arceus.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on Arceus sometimes.
I know. I know. I switch back every once in a while by accident too. Photos are starred in the pink. That's not where my brain thought you were going with that.
Chris and Lucario stared with morbid looks at a moto of Masahiro Sakurai
Yeah.
walking down a red carpet, saluting an audience in front of a concert. One of Lucario's eyebrows twitched.
What do you think?
Crazy Hand asked.
I think I got his looks.
The teen grimaced at the thought of two disembodied hands, knowing full well that the creator of the game was this man. He decided to go along with the flow.
I would really like to meet him one day.
Chris said, forcing a smile as he handed the photo back to the hand.
They don't even look alike.
He thought. The Aura Pokemon wanted to make things look serious once more. Why are you here? Lucario asked. We know you're on the run, but what did you hope to accomplish by running into this world? We're here because we want to find help in order to fight them back, Master Hand said.
Do you want me to call the police? The Navy? Or the Army?
Chris asked with the suggestions.
The two of us are, very busy people.
We are? Lucario asked.
Yes.
Chris hissed. Master Hand groaned. Hey, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about recruiting a special human, he said. You have his eyes. Yeah, in my pocket somewhere. Chris didn't like where this was going. A human I could convince to take upon the task of reuniting the team for a final confrontation against Taboo, while ensuring that the worlds are safe from danger. He floated over to Lucario. But screw that cliched fanfic idea. I found myself a better recruit in this guy. Me? Lucario asked, mildly shocked. Yes, the hand said. I can sense it from you. You're one big Lucario, he rejoiced. I saw how you lifted my brother with a bare hand alone. That just means you're very, very special. With you on my side, gathering the group will be an easy task. Here I was thinking I was going to recruit some headstrong boy who doesn't do well at school but is an expert at video games. That's a sad waste of time, let me tell you. The Navy or the Army? Does he think Navy is an abbreviation?
Maybe.
Nah, he's three small Lucario inside of a fursuit.
Yep.
Let's see. Lucario exchanged glances with Chris. The teen looked worried.
You mean to say you want to take Lucario with you?
Chris asked.
But...
I can't, Lucario said, surprising the teen. I can't just leave Chris behind knowing that he's going to be alone.
Lucario.
Chris muttered. Master Hand groaned. Oh no, I knew this was going to be too easy to be true, he said. Let me guess. You two are inseparable and would rather not leave the other behind.
Yes!
Chris responded weakly. But once he looked up at Lucario's small smile, there was a sudden change of heart.
And that's why you're not just taking Lucario for yourself.
He stood up.
I'm coming too.
The three gasped at the teen's decision. What? Master Hand said. That's not what I had in mind. Just a moment ago, you looked like you didn't want to take a part in this, he said. What made you change your mind? You don't look like a fighter, unlike your superbly strong Lucario. Master Hand, you want to maybe calm down there?
Yeah, right?
Chris looked down, debating himself if it was a good idea to speak out his thoughts like that so recklessly. After hearing Master Hand's story, he thought that there was a small chance for him to help in some way. It was obvious that a great threat was trying to break into his world to conquer it. He just didn't want to let it all go so easily.
I know.
Chris muttered, looking at Lucario's worried expression.
It's just
that I'm thinking about your welfare, Master Hand said. Chris, I don't want to get you involved in this. It's too dangerous for the likes of you.
Just because Lucario is too damn strong doesn't mean everything will go the way you want.
Chris yelled, shocking the three at his sudden outburst. He looked worried once again.
And I can't just shrug this off and let Lucario go. I want to go and see what I can do.
You sure you're not the typical headstrong teen with a dream? Atheist, if God is not real, then explain Master Hand. Spoilers, you can't.
Master Hand out here sipping for Lucario.
Ben Shapiro owns Smash characters with facts, neutral and logic upbeat. That was supposed to be a B and not emoji.
With neutral B and logic up B. I got it. I got what you're going for.
Let's see. Okay.
I'm not into fighting.
Chris admitted.
I'm a smart teen who worked hard in high school.
That doesn't fit my criteria too much, the hand said. Oh well, expect the unexpected, they say. But still, he pointed a finger at the teen, startling him. Excuse me. You know full well what you're getting into, right? You're entering a battlefield where anything can happen. You might get killed off. Not if I'm around, Lucario said. He made a fist that got engulfed in aura. I'm Chris's Pokemon. He is my Pokemon trainer. I wouldn't want to think that he's going to be left behind doing nothing while I go out. Just the thought of leaving him alone doesn't bode me well. He looked at his trainer with a small smile. I'm the strongest Lucario the world has ever seen. Using my power, I'll see that Chris pulls through without suffering. The teen smiled a bit at his Pokemon speech. Now I see how things are around here, the hand said. It's the typical Pokemon bond between a Pokemon and his human. Yeah, I've seen that plenty of times before, he grunted. Okay, Chris, this is the last thing I'm going to ask of you. Do you truly want to join the Smashers? Is this how we get the Miis? The Mii fighters? Along with your Lucario, to fight against the Subspace army, knowing that you'll be facing danger a lot more than you've done in your life?
Join the Smashers.
Chris trailed off.
Hold on, but the Miis weren't in Brawl.
They weren't?
No, Miis weren't introduced until Smash 4.
Okay. I think God is anyone who waves using their entire body.
He went out looking for a teenager with attitude. He found one of those, but at least he had a pet Lucario too.
Yeah, I've seen that plenty of times on E621 before. What?
I don't know what that is.
Is that a Marvel thing?
No.
I'm the strongest Lucario the world has ever seen. Yes, because you're the only Lucario the world has ever seen.
That's fair.
That means you're working under me, Master Hand pointed out. With my leadership, I shall guide you through. Chris stared long at Lucario.
I have the world's strongest Lucario.
The world's only Lucario, he said, smiling wide.
Why should I get worried about getting hurt out there?
It's a Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Okay, that's fair.
Where was I? Chris. Lucario trailed off as he pulled his trainer under his left arm, nudging his muzzle against his head. The teen chuckled heartily and embraced him. Okay, that's kind of a moving scene, Master Hand said, but there are things to be done around here. Are we okay that the two of you will work for me?
Yes.
Chris said, nodding. Lucario releasing his grip from him.
I'll do whatever I can to support the team. With Lucario, of course.
Master Hand turned away. Well, that's just going to make me take some crucial decisions with you, he said. Chris and Lucario looked at him. I'll tell you once we're ready to send you off on your first mission of the day. Chris was concerned. That's you.
Do we have to take a few items with us?
He asked. No, it'll be okay, he said as he began floating away to Chris's room. Crazy Hand hopped off the couch and followed him. The duo looked at each other with flat looks before following the hands. Chris's room. Tetris character from Captain N. There was a Tetris character?
Apparently. I didn't actually watch the show. I just know about it.
He realizes even super strong Lucario would get bodied by Mewtwo, right? And Mewtwo died, so he should very much be worried.
Like it looking like the Money for Nothing music video. Should we click it? It'll come up on screen.
I don't know. It's not safe for work, right? Like it's just a character.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a Wikio cookie image. It looks like Minecraft Steve's father. Okay, totally safe for work. Mayor Squaresley.
What?
That's the Tetris character?
Apparently. That's weird.
Oh.
Why do you have Empress Teresa?
I was reading while I was waiting for you to come back with food.
You're reading Empress Teresa?
The wiki.
Oh my god. It's a screen cap from the show, I think.
Chris's room. Hang on a second.
Oop. There we go. Mayor Squaresley, what?
Chris and Lucario stood in front of Master Hand and Crazy Hand. Chris? Lucario? Master Hand began. We have to stop the Subspace Army from conquering the world of my smashers. He raised a finger. Our first order of... Haha! One!
One!
Our first order of business is to keep the world safe by disabling the subspace bombs. It is also our top priority to gather them all once again when we're done with the plots of their games.
Wait,
Chris trailed off.
so you do know that you're part of video games?
He asked. Lucario looked away with a bit of disdain.
Lucario also realized that some time ago.
You guys are doing great. Keep it up. Oh, thanks, Tara.
Yay.
Reading Empress Teresa casually? Well, I'm not going to comment on your pastimes, but...
Empress Teresa, don't bring that mess into this mess. It might go super critical.
No, I was just browsing through the wiki trying to kill time while Adam was out getting lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saving the Empress Teresa reading for after we get done with this shit.
Which will be a while.
Yeah. My god, we're not even done with the first chapter yet, and it's been like an hour and a half?
Yeah, about there.
Oh, it's nothing, really, the hand said. It only matters that we live. To me, it's far more important that I can have a conscience of my own to be aware of. It was hard to tell, but he looked serious. For that matter, though, I forbid you the idea of ever telling anybody you come across about the fact that the worlds are part of video games. It's going to be a pretty big thing to them, I suppose, Lucario supposed. Welcome to the Redundancy Department of Redundancy.
Yep.
I was just looking it up as a joke, I swear. It just came up on the screen, I promise. Hey, it wasn't me, my cousin was on the computer. Yes, right, the hand said. The team doesn't even know about that. They'll react negatively to the whole idea if they were to find out. You better keep the secret covered, and just tell them that you come from other normal worlds. I don't care what you do as long as you don't disrupt their stories.
Disrupting their stories.
Chris repeated. It's unknown to me where you're going to end up, the hand said. I will take you to the closest location where the plot is unraveling. That means you'll be dropped off anywhere. You are expected to help the protagonists of any world with their issues while trying to find the army somewhere along the road. It's clear that the army wants to chase them down, so if you stick with them, you're bound to protect them. Do not stray away from the stories, though. It's not recommended that you make some alterations for better results.
How will we know when the mission is completed?
Chris asked, concerned. I will contact you as soon as I can, Master Hand said. I have powers beyond your imagination, you deviant little plebeian. I can see very well how you're doing by yourselves. For the time being, Crazy Hand and I will take residence in this house, avoiding people from seeing us from the windows, of course. Lucario grimaced. You better not cause any stupidity in here, he warned them. I don't want to think what happened if you get out. Gonna chill in the chat for a bit. Remember to watch the Empress Trace live reading series I'm a part of, along with my friends, Bean Daddy, Mandela, and Kenzie Cole. Seriously, come join us for a rip-roaring good time on Bean Daddy's channel every Thursday at 4 p.m. Okay, enough chilling. Oh, no, sorry. Joke's on you, that's my favorite part of Thursday.
Dork. Raptor is right. Come by and bring booze. You'll need it.
Chris jumps into one of the Call of Duty ports with the Wii and gets shot instantly. We won't do that, Master Hand said as his brother shook himself. This is a safe place for us to hide from the army. But how can we go to the other worlds? Lucario asked. Master Hand saw a Wiimote on the bed and pointed at it. He fired a yellow light to the control and went in front of Chris and Lucario by floating in midair. The two stared at the control.
And more of my belongings get corrupted.
Chris sighed. This is not corrupted, Master Hand yelled before coughing a little bit. Use this. This control is a key to go to other worlds.
Did somebody say the door to darkness?
What?
Chris said.
You did something to my control?
Your control has been modified to open portals, the hand pointed out. Point forward and press the A button.
Why are they calling it control? It's called a controller.
The teen could hardly believe that this was happening, but he did as he was told. Shyly pointing the control forward, Chris's doubtful thumb pressed the A button. Suddenly, a trail of light shot out and seemingly crashed against empty air. A small shining dot shone before the two, and then it started to grow into a big circle. When the big circle was 7 feet big, they saw a swirl of bright colors inside the majestic abnormality.
Ah!
Chris yelped, backing off from the vortex. It was a wonder to see that nothing was getting sucked into it. Oh, Adam.
Yeah, there we go.
The door to darkness is actually just bad grammar. Master Hand can speak with his magic god powers or telepathy. Okay, but why does he cough? It makes him appear more human, so to speak. Or were we? Okay. Yeah, that's the initial impression, Master Hand said. What you see before you is a portal that will take you to Ness's world. I've sensed that the army's first target is Ness. I want you to rendezvous with him at the point where he's at and convince him to let you join his team. What if he doesn't let us join him? Lucario asked. Bug him a little more, Master Hand said. Try to do your best to convince him. He's toasted if he gets targeted out of nowhere while walking through a city. You two are my only hope to see them safe. Okay, now I'm starting to see how someone could make a fanfic out of Super Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He saw that Chris looked unsure. Having second doubts now, Chris?
Huh?
Chris said before looking away.
Well...
Look, because I don't want to see you chucking rocks and sticks at the enemy while Lucario does all the fighting. The hand began as he raised a glowing finger. Let me give you your tools for battle.
My tools for bat?
Chris couldn't say any more once the hand shot him with a bright light. As Lucario watched in shock as his trainer's body glowed, Chris felt a funny sensation. However, it was still an odd feeling he never felt before, and it was by no means a negative one disguised as a positive one. He looked at his hands glowed briefly, and, before he could see more, the light faded away. What did you just do to him? Lucario questioned. Even Master Hand isn't immune to the virus that shall not be named. The circle was big, 7 feet big, and this announcement brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. Don't tell MatPat, you'll ruin his theory. Did you mean Sans Undertale?
Edgy Mickey Mouse is one of the funniest Kingdom Hearts moment along the scene where Winnie the Pooh astral projects his soul out of his body. A gun!
Where were we?
I gave him the
I
job
gave him the
system.
job system, Master Hand said.
The job system?
Chris wondered, looking back at him. I got this from a world I was spying on, the Hand pointed out. Basically, I gave you the potential to gain a wide assortment of powers that will unlock by themselves as time goes by while you fight battles. In short, let's just say that you're going to be a carbon copy of the Smashers. You're basically going to get jobs that will resemble them in powers and appearance. For example, someday you'll get a job that will give you a copy of Ike's clothes along with his sword Ragnall. There won't be any radical changes done to your body, though. Chris thought hard about the job system, but he was still unsure if this was such a good idea. Obviously, the Hand spied on the Final Fantasy series when thinking about the system itself. Oh wait, that's you.
Wait a minute.
Chris said, realizing something.
How do I change jobs?
Oh, it's simple, the Hand said. You just have to imagine the job you want to change to in your mind, but the problem is that you don't have a single job at the moment.
What?
Chris said in shock, as Lucario looked similarly with the same expression.
You're sending me to a foreign world without a single job?
It's not a job, that's not. Jesus Christ, is it? Yep, I think it is. You know, like, all the jokes and stuff aside, I'm actually starting to really respect, like, the initial concept here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it went on for so long, so clearly it was successful in some measure, and I can sort of see where they're coming from with this. I'm actually kind of curious to see what happens next. Okay, there we were. I'm testing you, the Hand said. This is a test for you to prove yourself, Chris.
Sorry. Are you insane?
Chris asked. No, the boss bluntly said. Look, I do things around here pretty seriously. The people that work under me are expected to work hard. You're a special case, however, he said. I know it sounds really bad that I'm giving you almost nothing to fight battles, but I wish to see how you develop your fighting skills as you progress through this long adventure. I can tell that you're not the adventurous type, so I wish to see how the likes of you mature. Chris stared in pure disbelief at the Hand for a few seconds until he sighed, scratching his right arm.
I suppose that you're right on that.
He muttered as Lucario patted his trainer's back.
I already said I was going anyway.
Get a job, you bum, Master Hand said to Chris. Where were we? Don't be afraid, Lucario said. You still have me to defend yourself.
Lucario.
I'll do everything in my power to help you out, the Aura Pokemon said with a small smile. Nothing would make me very proud than seeing my trainer fight by my side. Excuse me. Chris's eyes looked away. He blushed a bit.
I can really count on you after all.
Lucario growled and rubbed cheeks together with Chris, making his trainer laugh for a bit. Okay, Master Hand said, startling the two. It's time for you to start the big mission to gather the Force. Now go on into the portal and prepare yourselves for multiple worlds of possibilities and unique characters waiting to meet you.
Meeting other characters.
Chris muttered, a sincere smile forming on his lips. He stared at the portal in front of them. Curiously, the teen and his Pokemon stuck a finger each into it.
I don't feel so good just entering through this thing.
The two never expected the big right hand to push them into the portal without previous warning. The portal then vanished once they were gone. And off you go, Master Hand said. He chuckled and looked at his brother. I should have said that before I pushed them in. Oh well, I have faith that they'll do just fine.
And what if they don't do well and end up getting killed?
Crazy Hand asked. Pish posh, brother, Master Hand said. Things will work out fine. For the moment, though, he looked around, we need to give them a big surprise once they're done with the mission.
You mean?
Crazy Hand gasped. Yup, we're going back home and do some special arrangements, Master Hand said. I forgot that the Smash Mansion is all alone without any guests. I can't wait to see the look on their faces once they come back and see our base of operations. This house is not going to be big enough. The Hands kept talking to each other while keeping track of the new recruits' progress in the first world. To be continued. Next chapter. Bound to a New Earth.
Boo!
Do you want to save your data? Yes. Creating new file data. Winters. Chris Lucario.
And so the story begins with a good start.
Jesus Christ, 221 chapters?
Yes.
Oh my god.
How good the start is to you is up to your review, though. A few more things shall be addressed in the next chapters, as more characterization will come up from time to time. You'll see conversations and battles in the incoming chapters, so please, I ask you to enjoy the read. I encourage all Brawl fanatics to review. And that's the first chapter.
Jesus Christ, that was almost 2 hours.
Yeah. So, Alexa,
Lord.
how many years is 221 weeks?
221 weeks is 4 years and 3 months.
Oh, Jesus. What the ever-loving fuck did I get myself into?
What? To be fair, that's if we read one chapter a week. If we read more, then it'll go by faster.
It took us almost the whole time just to finish one.
When people said this was the longest fanfiction ever written, how long did you think this was?
I don't know, not this long. Mother Teresa.
Also, again, for your first fight, we're sending you to fight God.
Wait, I think there was another comment for that. For your first challenge, we're sending you into Nest Bible Adventures.
The teen and his Pokemon stuck a finger each into it. Phrasing. For your first quest, you're gonna fight God. Chris gets sent to SpongeBob SquarePants, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and gets hypnotized by Dutchman. He's been a part of the Dutchman's ghostly crew ever since.
Smash Mansion is a bit too Slender Mansion for me.
Damn, this was only just one chapter. Ah, fuck it. If it's a gamer fic, I read them, but they're almost always badly written.
To be fair, it is better written than the one I used to write in middle school. Do not ask about that. I'm not going to give you a link. It's cringy as fuck.
It's also better written than My Immortal.
True. You can't really argue with that.
Yes.
Arguably, it's better written than Empress Teresa. I mean, it's more... They have more personality, at least.
Yeah. Right there.
And so the story begins with a good start. It's the best intro to the next 4 years.
4 more years. 4 more years.
Thus they sealed their fate. Good God. We're not even doing this weekly. We have to do this every other week because you have Armada's Guild every other week.
We can do it in the morning. If we do it earlier in the morning,
Okay.
we can do it every week.
Okay.
Oh god, if we did it every other week, that'd be 8 years.
Jesus Christ.
8 more years.
I'm just gonna take another drink.
Alright. Well, that was a great first chapter. Also, who knows? Maybe some of these chapters aren't as long as this one. This was the first chapter to kind of like build things up. The other chapters might be shorter.
and like I said, we don't know how long ago this was written. Maybe his writing does improve as he goes on.
I would imagine, like, 221 chapters, there's no way in God's Green Earth your writing wouldn't get better in that time.
Can't believe Empress Teresa caused the 6th Mass Extinction event by eliminating winter. Can't wait for the grand finale in practically the next decade.
Can't wait to be almost 30 by the time this is over.
I don't know. I mean, if we double the stream time, maybe we can get through 2 chapters per session.
Well, Libby, here's the thing. If it's taking us 4 years, we'll be 30. We'll be over 30.
Oh my god. What if we have kids by then?
We might. Who knows?
I guess it depends on whether we can get a house or not.
Yeah.
Or afford it, you know? Oh god. Okay, so... Alright, so I already have a basic streaming schedule set up. Originally, I was going to do readings of this fic every other Saturday, because like I said, Adam has his D&D stream he needs to moderate every week. But if we're doing that in the morning before you stream, then we can do that every week.
Mm-hmm.
Mondays, after I get off work, I'm going to be streaming a playthrough of Final Fantasy X. And Thursdays, I'm going to be continuing a playthrough I started a while ago of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DS.
DX.
DX, that's what I meant. Honestly, though, I'm kind of tempted to, like, add another stream, like, just for reading other stuff than this. Maybe Empress Teresa, maybe something else. Who knows?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We will.
Okay. So, are we leaving? We're saying goodbye to everybody?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to wrap up.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. You have yourself a good rest of your
4
weekend.
more years.
4 more years. 4 more years. Yo, after this, we should read Harry Potter and the Natural 20.
Oh, God.
That one's not as long. Not nearly as long.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.